just mark off that big old free space that says Matt talks about Ghost Riding.
Would it be so bad if an 84-year-old got into heroin?
Welcome to the Cat Organizational Podcast.
You idiot. It's written down in front of you idiot.
This is like the buffalo chicken wrap of answers.
I haven't heard about hot orcs in a while.
We were so horny for motion controls in 2005.
I can't wait to come back and tell you how it was Noah's Ark, you asshole.
I would also like to retroactively say I've never had cotton candy acid.
So Andrew's 100% doing a voice, right?
Everybody get off IMDb now. Time to record.
This episode and probably this whole podcast is a mistake.
Hello, and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. And hey, congratulations, my friends. You made it to week 3 of the Spooktacular Express here in 2020.
You haven't been out spooked yet?
Yeah. you're hanging in there for that good spooky content. Well, in this here spooky show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and how the time and joy I invested into being a great neighbor in Animal Crossing New Horizon in March has now transformed into time playing as Zagreus, storming the many layers of hell with weapons designed to slay Greek gods, and that somehow is the perfect metaphor for how we've all grown just a little bit here in 2020.
Two things. One, that's called intrinsic growth. Intrinsic growth. Two, how good is Hades?
Oh, it's so good.
Hades is so good. Although I'm gonna laugh when I go to edit this episode in 3 weeks and Todd's not playing Hades anymore. He's moved on to something else.
We will have already forgotten about it.
As of today, I did get the roll credits ending in Hades, which means I think I've beaten Hades 9 different times.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the roll credits.
Awesome.
It's good. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about.
This is a Hades podcast now.
So, okay, here we are. We are 2/3 of the way through the spooky month, and I gotta say, we found ourselves in a bit of pickle, boys.
Are we two?
Oh, yeah?
Wait, how are we 2/3 of the way through a month with 4 weeks?
3/4 of the way through the month.
There we go.
And we found, if you
Well,
round
you're
up,
listening
it's
to
also
the. Well,
3/4.
see, you're listening to this on the 3rd Tuesday of October. There are technically 5 Tuesdays in October.
So we are
3/5 of the way. Boy, debate this cast. We are a math podcast now. Boy, this is
I don't like
stupid.
that bit.
We're off to a
Anyway,
great start, guys.
Welcome to our new podcast, Fractions with Friends. We are the friends. Let's talk about fractions.
well, so fractions aside, we found ourselves here in a bit of a pickle. You may be wondering why I've asked you all to meet me in my hermetically sealed underground fallout shelter here at the Debate This headquarters.
Is it because you have COVID? Are you putting us in a hermetically sealed room because you have COVID?
Is it because you have fans to wave to as you drive around the block?
Well, this all feels bad.
And Kyle has just timestamped this episode.
No, it's somehow worse than all of that, if believe it or not. Wouldn't you guys know it? Someone upstairs pulled the release the zombies lever.
Dang it.
Why do we even have that lever?
Wrong lever, Crunk.
If I had to guess, it was probably one of the execs here, if we're being honest. But, before I kick you all out of here, because there's really only enough oxygen and beef jerky to sustain one mediocre 20 to 30 something, I've got good news. That when you all get kicked out of this bunker to go fight these zombies, you each get to go up to the lounge on your way out and grab one superhero to help you fight and save the world. So, yeah, wouldn't you know it? Conveniently, between the hermetically sealed bunker and the exit lobby is the lounge.
Most offices have a cereal bar. We have a superhero bar.
Yeah. So the good news here today, getting kicked out into this harsh zombified world above to be our sole source of hope for us here is Kyle, Plants vs. Zombies Harper, Andrew, Zombies Ate My Neighbors Henderson, and Matt, Call of Duty Black Ops Zombie Mode Cole.
Really made a stretch for that last one there, didn't you, Todd?
These are the 3 zombie games I know I have played. And these are the 2 zombie games I've played and the zombie mode in Black Ops. So to put it more succinctly, you all are going to go fight off the zombie horde. You get to take one superhero with you. So gentlemen, the world outside is quickly approaching a somehow new attainable level of shit. So let's hear it. When your back is against the wall and suddenly you're staring down half a dozen walkers, Tell me what superhero has your 6. Kyle, why don't you start it off?
All right. You ask me with whom the undead I battle. I know my companions brought utter prattle. For when fighting the dead who are alive again, you'll be no safer than with Etrigan. The demon, brother half to the wizard Merlin, is no stranger to disposing undead vermin. From the depths of hell he draws his might, so reanimated corpses give no fright. In Gotham City he makes his home. His host Blood served Arthur's throne. He now teams up with the Batman, a powerful ally, the demon Etrigan.
Boo.
The last bit of that limerick kind of hit
That-
a little weird,
yeah.
but everything else was really good.
I don't agree with that ionic pentameter.
So who is this?
This
being?
is Etrigan the Demon, is a DC Comics character. He actually made an appearance in the Sandman comics, but he's been a DC character since Jack Kirby left Marvel and joined DC. It is the man Jason Blood was a knight on Arthur's Round Table when he was possessed by the demon from hell Etrigan, and he has lived this entire time the knight calling the shots for the demon fighting back against the knight, and he talks in rhyme when he is in his demon mode. He talks in rhyme the whole
Really
time.
buried the lead there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure why you did what you did, and now I know why you did what you did.
I'm glad.
I've seen this character before.
Yeah.
he kind of looks like Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
He does look a little bit like
Yeah.
Hobgoblin.
I was gonna say he looks like the devil from Smash Bros, like the trophy devil that like points to the edges of the screen.
Yes.
But yellow. Yeah.
He also looks like that. Yes. He is always brought in as the like, we have a magic problem to solve. Let's go talk to our friend. And then they go and introduce Etrigan, and he's a fun, just curmudgeonly demon who hates helping, but is also compelled to help them because he's possessing the body of a knight.
Why does he speak in rhyme? Like why? besides because it's fun.
He doesn't have to speak in rhyme. It's just how he talks. Like
He chooses to.
That's worse. That's
Yeah.
worse,
It's
not
like-
better.
Okay. It's like if the Cat in the Hat got drugged down to hell.
Yes.
I only know of a handful of DC universe, I guess, heroes that use magic. This one and Dr. Fate being the other one. Why are all the magic users in DC insufferable?
Cause it's part of DC. It's part of DC magic that like it's all ancient and all very like kind of classist.
I think
Or-
what's her name? Zatanna?
Zatanna.
She's the only one that is good.
And she even is pretty intolerable sometimes. It's the Witcher rule of
Yeah.
wizards are assholes.
Wizard Raffles. Did I talk about Zatanna at one point?
You did.
Somebody did. Yeah. Todd, to make Etrigan a little bit more insufferable for you,
please.
this would be an opportunity where I'm going to give you a fact about Kyle's character that some people may think is cool, but I know you, Todd, will hate. And that is that Etrigan the Demon was once the Ghost Rider in a DC Marvel crossover. Etrigan the Demon became Ghost Rider. So that's fun. I know about Etrigan the Demon. He's Ghost Rider. So you really wanted to talk about Ghost Rider today, didn't you?
All of you at home, you can get out your Debate This Spooktacular Express bingo cards and just
And
hit
mark
up
off
that
the free space.
mark off that big old free space that says Matt talks about Ghost Rider.
And I just want to apologize to the listeners. I didn't know this was happening. I actually did not look to see what they were choosing prior to this discussion. I certainly didn't know that little nugget of information that Matt brought out. Okay, so Kyle brought a demon that speaks in limericks.
And is the
It's
Ghost
iambic
Rider.
pentameter, but
and he was the Ghost
Yes.
Rider. Brought Nick Cage speaking in limericks. Andrew, who are you choosing to take on the zombie horde that is right outside our very nice lobby?
Yeah, well, I can't guarantee that he wasn't at one point also the Ghost Rider because I think everyone was the Ghost Rider. It's like it's kind of just like a rite of passage at in Marvel HQ, I guess.
Everyone in Marvel was either Captain America or the Ghost Rider,
or was in a
sliding
relationship with Wolverine.
Oh shit!
True.
or was in a
Yes.
relationship with Wolverine, Scott Summers, or Jean Grey.
Yeah. Well, speaking of adultery, I'd like to talk about Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch.
So another being that's literally on fire, much like Ghost Rider.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, well, I think what I put in the Discord comments is Johnny Storm is basic bitch Ghost Rider.
Pumpkin Spice Ghost Rider.
Yeah. He's the H&M Ghost Rider.
Oh wow, that was really good. Damn it!
Okay, keep going.
In his
like this.
flaming Ugg boots.
Yeah. Okay, so full disclosure, I do not know what is the current fate of the Fantastic Four. Kyle did a really good job of trying to summarize it for me. I think they're in another dimension, but they're also back. There was something about reading just the Fantastic Four Marvel wiki is wild because it's just like, oh yeah, we got Sue Storm and Johnny Storm, and then I scroll down a little bit and it's like, when Reed Richards came back from Counter Earth, what the fuck? What did I miss?
The Marvel multiverse got set up in the Fantastic Four comics because that's their whole thing. Is like they go to other dimensions. According to Marvel, they have no current plans with the Fantastic Four because the Fan-Four-Stick movie killed the brand so much they had to put the comic on hiatus.
I turned it off.
Which is absolutely bananas to me. But so let's just say something Fantastic Four are out doing space things. They're kind of in Thor space right now, where it's like it exists, but we just don't worry about it. So Johnny Storm's been bumming around doing space hero things in Thor space with the Future Foundation, which is a term that I saw in the wiki.
The Future Foundation.
The Future Foundation, which
Sounds
is not
like a rebranded Scientology.
which is not a nonprofit set up by Elon Musk. It is in fact a series of a version of I guess like a Space Avengers or whatever. Anyway, something the Silver Surfer senses a disturbance of light and life energy, something back on Earth, something only Johnny Storm can get there fast enough to help because the Silver Surfer is a big old nerd. So here we are. So Johnny Storm's aka the Human Torch is going to help fight down this wall of zombies.
I do want to reiterate that the Silver Surfer is a big old nerd.
Question for you, Andrew. When you ran past the lounge and you chose Johnny Storm, was it because he was the only one left in the lounge, or was he like what?
Well,
What was that visual like?
It was him or Hal Jordan.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Is this?
I feel.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say this was very much so like a supermarket sweep kind of situation where you all ran out of the room, and like so maybe Kyle got to the room first. Was like, yes, Etrigan, you're mine. Got it.
Yeah.
Great.
But hey, look, I knew that the secret bonus question was Oreos, so I grabbed Oreos before anyone else. So here we are. I grabbed a very specific very specific key for a very specific lock. So don't know what to tell you.
Specific question for your specific key for your specific lock.
Sure.
Specifically, is this the Chris Evans Human Torch, or is this the Michael B. Jordan Human Torch?
I actually look.
Yeah.
I don't hate Chris Evans as the Human Torch. I've always kind of liked Chris Evans as the Human Torch. I mean, he's a great Captain America, obviously, but like young Chris Evans, like Scott Pilgrim versus the World era Chris Evans, like fuck me up real good being the Human Torch. I'm in. I'm down.
Yeah,
I don't think if it means anything, I don't think he was the reason why the Fantastic Four movies were bad.
No.
I mean that first Fantastic Four movie isn't the worst.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine for its time. Yeah.
And they should have put a little glass cage over it and set it to the side and
never
you
done
stay
anything
there.
with it again.
We won't ever touch you again.
Unlike Michael B. Jordan, which I think Michael B. Jordan is a fantastic actor and obviously was like excellent in Black Panther. I would not use him ever for a Johnny Storm. ever.
So we now have a rhyming demon with magic powers and Chris Evans.
Sure.
But not Captain America Chris Evans.
You know what? Just Chris Evans, actually.
It's just Chris Evans with a lighter and a can of hairspray.
Yeah.
We have So we got a rhyming demon, and we have Johnny Storm because, and I repeat, Silver Surfer is a big old nerd.
Yep.
Matt, who did you grab out of the lounge on the way out of the building today?
Well, if Kyle got out of the room into the lounge first, and then Andrew got out second, I waited in the room to finish watching the YouTube video I was watching in the corner before proceeding to the lounge, and everyone else was gone. But one zombie made it into the lounge, and I took that zombie with me. And her name is Dead Girl. Marvel Comics Dead Girl.
Wait.
Yep, go ahead. Do your wikiing.
I looked earlier, and I need to look again now, because I'm not convinced she does anything.
Yeah.
Dead Girl.
So Dead
Is
Girl.
she an X-Men?
She is not an X-Men. She was part of X-Force / Ecstatics. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't follow the comic lore that closely. So here's the thing. Dead Girl is a mutant, but she got a really, really short stick when it came to the mutant draw because her mutant power didn't activate until after she died. And it turns out her mutant power is that she can come back to life as a zombie. That's kind of like that was the thing.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks a lot.
It's real bad.
So we have never gotten her actual real name. We know that her first name was, and this is terrible, but Moonbeam, and that she was an actress and she was killed by a co-star / lover after a one-night stand, and then was reborn as a half-dead mutant girl named Dead Girl. But as I googled this, or I found Dead Girl because I saw the specific keys to the specific locks that you guys had picked, and decided that the lock I wanted to pick was necromancy. And so I went scrolling through a list of Marvel necromancers and found Dead Girl, and now I actually really like Dead Girl, and she's a really cool character. So she is effectively an immortal, unkillable zombie, but that does not make her anything other than a zombie. Like, she is still very much dead. She joined the team, but everybody didn't want her to join the team because she was weird and dead and a corpse. And they're like, we don't know if we really want to walk around with a corpse.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So she's got a ton of crazy powers, but my image of this is that I'm standing in a room and zombies are encroaching, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And then suddenly one of those zombies is like, oh, hello, my name is Dead Girl. How are you?
My name is Dead Girl. You'll never guess what my powers are.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take Dead Girl with me into the zombie apocalypse, and god damn it, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I'm gonna ask about the powers in a second, and I hope you go through the same list that I just pulled up, because it's kind of ridiculous and kind of makes sense, but there's one that just really doesn't make sense to me, and I'm curious if you'll point it out. Well, guys, thankfully, that when this situation came a knocking, there were these 3 heroes sitting in the lounge on the main floor. That's very, very coincidental.
The last 3.
The last 3 specifically. Okay, so aside from the fact that you had no other choices, now that you have your battle buddy, why did you choose them? What specific powers does the hero that you have chosen today have that will help you tackle the endless horde of Crimson Heads that are going to chase you down?
Well, Todd, besides the unending fun that would be having a partner that constantly rhymes.
Staunchly disagree.
Unending fun is the description you want to use there.
Yep,
okay.
Yep. Besides how incredibly fun that would be, Etrigan is a demon from hell. He is the half brother of the wizard Merlin.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Half brother of Merlin. Jason Blood, his alter ego, is a sworn member of King Arthur's court. Etrigan can breathe hellfire, not just normal fire, but hellfire. Has super strength that rivals Superman's, and is covered in those demon scales and make him all yellow and hobgoblin looking. So he's resistant to damage, and should he take any damage, he's a sadomasochist and enjoys any pain he does feel. That is in the wiki. I didn't want to share it with you guys, but I had to because it's been in my head since I looked this character up.
I don't like this character.
I thought the biggest problem I was gonna have is that you said he breathes hellfire, which now just canonizes even further that
he's Ghost Rider. Yep.
But then you somehow found a different worse thing to share.
Yeah.
Now
that's what we do here on Debate This, is find the worst thing to share and share it.
I don't know what this person sounds like, but I just imagine them getting shot and going, ooh, and then continues to fight. Anyway.
Yeah, more or less. So he has been spending millennia doing battle with the forces of evil. He has conquered and for a short time ruled hell. And basically he's got more experience fighting the undead than almost anyone. So I think I made a pretty good choice here. It was a late pick, but one I'm happy with.
It's like if somebody read a Ghost Rider comic and was like, I really like this, but what if he were the Riddler?
So when did Ghost Rider? Matt, do you know offhand when Ghost Rider first appeared?
It's like the 40s, right?
Well, the Phantom Rider was like 1964.
Yeah,
I think,
far back.
And then I think the Ghost Rider that we know was 73.
Okay, so first appearance is 72. Etrigan was written by Jack Kirby in 72 as well. So
yeah, it was on Jack Kirby's Hellfire kick.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He like found the word hellfire and he's like, oh fuck yeah. Like he has a piece of paper that says hellfire in the center and then it's like a
circled
web
1,000 times.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, hellfire. Did I catch a Jason Blood in there? I want to talk about what is that?
Yeah, my favorite Street Fighter unlockable character, Jason Blood.
Okay. Yeah.
Jason Blood is the man that Etrigan possesses. So the character transforms back and forth between this millennia old Knight of the Round Table, Jason Blood, and Etrigan the Demon, and he has a nice rhyming phrase that transforms him that I can find for you right here.
So
now.
I thought that it was Andrew that almost picked the Green Lantern, but here this guy also has a rhyme that he must say to summon his powers.
Is that a DC thing? Like, is that just a DC thing?
Yeah.
DC really likes their rhymes. So to transform back and forth, Jason Blood has to say, "Gone, gone, the form of man, rise the demon Etrigan," and then he transforms.
That
and
sucks.
No, what sucks is that you didn't rhyme Etrigan and man when you said that poem. I blame you, Kyle, for that specifically.
No. Actually, I blame DC for saying, hey, let's make this character rhyme, but let's make his name impossible to rhyme stuff. Yeah. It's like, let's name him Orange.
It should have ended in it should have been like Etragark. So it could rhyme with dark or something, or Mark.
Like, fucking make it easy for yourself. Yeah. Those are all words that rhyme. That's right, Todd.
All right. Well, I've said what I need to say here.
Since Andrew brought it up and said orange, it has been addressed in the comics what happens when he backs himself into the corner that is trying to rhyme orange.
Of course.
And he defaults to whore binge, apparently.
Nope.
Use it in a sentence, Kyle.
Nope, not my job. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you the research. What the research told me.
In issue 52 of Fantastic Four, Johnny Storm went on a horror binge.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Johnny Storm, probably the one that we're most familiar with out of this trio of something.
Yeah.
Andrew, tell us why you chose Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and a little bit about what he's bringing to the table.
Yeah, well, it's simple, and it's actually two reasons. One, because I did not want to go through the DC universe wiki today. But two, if Resident Evil has taught us anything, it's that zombies will come back with twice the speed and damage unless you either one, shoot them in the head, or two, burn their bodies. And we've all seen zombie movies.
We've all seen zombie movies.
We know from every single zombie fiction ever that there is always more zombies than there are bullets. So
always,
that is just a guarantee. Like death taxes, more zombies than bullets. So the most effective solution is the right one: kill it with fire. And who better to kill it with fire than the superhero who is literally the embodiment of fire? that was my thought process.
That's as far as you got.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let me get into it. Let me get into the thing. So fighting zombies, it's always going to be a zero-sum game, right? Like you take one down, two more are going to come up in its place. You are fighting specifically for survival, not a war. This is not a numbers game. You are not going to win by killing all the zombies. You simply just fight off enough to make a clean getaway. So everything Johnny can do, all of his powers are in service of fighting off the horde. He has pyrokinesis. He can shoot fireballs into the masses. He could shoot a stream of fire to keep things back. Something about a fire lasso, which is also a Ghost Rider thing. I don't know.
Everyone is Ghost Rider.
Everyone is
all
Ghost
Ghost
Rider
Riders.
today.
Wow. You guys hit that nail on the head. But everything is, again, in service of pushing back the horde. Zombies, by nature, are just pure instinct and senses. So it stands to reason that a massive surge in heat and light is always a reliable way to keep them back. And that is what you're trying to do, is keep them back. Plus, Johnny Storm also happens to be an expert mechanic. And what is the other most important thing? Follow me here. What is the most important thing that you need in a zombie apocalypse that is not food or shelter or weapons? It's wheels. You need wheels.
Sure.
You didn't have water on your list, and I put water over wheels.
Food/water.
Okay.
Andrew, I wanted to fact check there are always more zombies than bullets.
Okay.
And I looked up some stats. Apparently the United
What?
States purchases 12 billion rounds of ammunition a year. So there might actually be more bullets than zombies.
That's fair. But where are those bullets? Because they're definitely not in the corner store that you go and rob to fight off the horde.
And I would argue that the math is, if you own the bullets and you become a zombie, they are no longer part of the bullet collection that works against the zombies.
Thank you, moderator. Case closed.
Balls and strikes, baby.
Airtight logic.
Airtight.
I will say, when I asked what skills and why you chose this person, I didn't think transferable skills taught at the vocational school down the road would be why you chose Johnny Storm.
Well, I mean, that is the one thing that you always need. Every zombie movie, you got to have a car. You got to have wheels. You got to be able to go.
That is, doctor and mechanic are like the two most important team roles in a zombie apocalypse, for sure.
Yeah. And I'm not a mechanic, so somebody's got to do it.
I do want to point out there's one thing that you said that your helper here, I don't know why I couldn't remember fucking Human Torch's name, but that's cool. The Human Torch is a giant beacon of light and fire, which is only ever going to bring more zombies to you. Ever. That's the only, anytime Human Torch lights up, more zombies are coming.
You know what, Matt? That's a fair argument. I would counter that argument with, if they see us, the zombies can smell us before that they can see us. They're already there in most cases.
I don't think that's true.
No, that's definitely not.
Nope.
The fire in this case is intended to keep them back. That is fair that it may attract them, but it will ultimately keep them at bay. And that's the idea. That's how torches work.
I think that you've worked yourself into a real orange whorebinge situation. And I'm not going to cast you the lasso to get you out of it, but I just wanted to make sure.
fire lasso.
No,
Yeah,
okay,
I'll make my
no,
own fire lasso.
You crossed the line at Hellfire Lasso. Matt, why did you choose Dead Girl? Why did you pick her? What's she bringing to the table?
Because she's dead, Todd.
Right,
that's what she's bringing to the table. She's dead.
Airtight.
Again, remember, specific lock, specific key, necromancy. So let's get the first things out of the way here.
She can make more zombies. Perfect.
She can. That's not why we're talking about her. But Dead Girl is like 100% immortal. She can, to quote the wiki, rebuild her molecular structure from virtually any physical attack, regardless of how much damage or destruction she sustains, even if reduced to a skeleton. So I don't want to That's not what I'm leaning my argument against, because I don't want a metal vampire situation. I'm
Well,
just like,
she'll be fine. What are you gonna do, Matt?
right, to answer the question of like, what the fuck is a dead girl? She's the fire emblem. Like, she is completely immortal. But there are two really important powers that are going to keep me, the squishy friend, safe with my new best friend, Dead Girl. And thing one is the necromancy. So again, to quote the wiki, she has the ability to telepathically communicate with cells, bacteria, and dead/disintegrating tissue of corpses, speak to dead spirits either using their physical remains or on the astral plane, temporarily resurrect the recently deceased as zombies or ghosts, and briefly summon images of deceased people from the minds
Matt
of
found
others.
the skeleton key answer.
Yeah,
and gamed the whole thing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you guys remember in the Discord when I was like, which of these heroes should I pick? And everyone was like, Dead Girl. So I did. Here I am making the argument you asked me to make
now
today.
you're blaming us for now you're blaming us for your bad decision.
Okay, 3 people came to this podcast and 2 of them have talked about Ghost Rider and neither of those 2 are me. So
Do you guys know that episode of Always Sunny where Dee has the cat trapped in the wall? And then Charlie takes another cat to put in the wall to find the first cat? That's what this is. That's what this argument is.
yeah, so the way that I really like envision this is that I'm playing the defense game, where Kyle and Andrew are playing the defense game, but in an offensive way, like, let's kill the zombies and get out of here. My whole tactic is like, let's just get the zombies out of here, which
Let's unionize the zombies.
Sure, man. Like, I'm all for unions. We can unionize the zombies. Dead Girl can push the zombies anywhere else because she's a necromancer, and we can just fucking tell them to leave. But the other cool thing about Dead Girl is she also has extendable sharp fingernails and can use them to rend and pierce flesh with relative ease. So if I ever get in one of those situations where there is a walker that gets through and we can't necromance it out of the room, she can just stab it with her fingers, just poke him in the eyes, get the brain, destroy the brain, all is well. Yeah, also one of the powers that she has is air walking. I don't know what that means, and I'm not going to bring it up. It's just,
that was the one I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Why can she walk on air?
I guess
It's like the hover boots in Ocarina of Time.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. That's all it is she just really likes that song. And
I guess it's like a ghost thing, but in the wiki it just says air walking. She can use this ability to walk on air. Okay.
I'm choosing to believe, Matt, that you chose her, and nothing you can say will change this. You only chose her so that when you die, she can bring you back to life as a zombie. And that's your like beat the system answer, not a real good answer that means you survived the zombie apocalypse.
Well, I will take that note down. Thank you, Kyle.
It's not a good thing. It's
since you talked about airwalking, Matt, I have a follow-up question about Dead Girl's powers.
Okay.
Do you
I don't know that I have an answer, but okay.
Oh, well, if you're looking at the same wiki that I am, you might. Do you think it will be an issue that her lowest score in the power grid is on intelligence? Do you think that will be an issue here today with her intelligence score of 2?
No. Okay, so that is true. Yes. However, I'm not here for a strategic partner. Like, I needed a tool to
Matt
get
thinks
me out.
He's got that part all figured out.
I'm the brains of the operation. I am. And if I don't know where that'll get me. Maybe I'm part of a larger group and maybe there's a bigger brain. Like fucking, I don't know, maybe MODOK's on my team, but he's not who I'm talking about. I am just saying.
Making a lot of jumps, man.
I'm just saying.
You can't just say also the Avengers are there.
No, I'm not.
Wait. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to know if that was going to be an issue. Andrew, same question, because Johnny Storm's intelligence number is also 2, you idiot.
I'm sorry. He is a fire caster. He's a pyrokinetic. I'm sure his intelligence modifier is higher than that.
It is not.
It isn't. I'm also looking at his Marvel wiki.
Maybe he is a charisma-based caster.
That actually is a pretty good answer. Anyway, good. You all told me what your plans are in varying degrees, where I know more about your heroes than I really wanted to or needed to know. Still dealing with the fact that Etrigan is a sadomasochist. That one's gonna stick with me.
A rhyming sadomasochist.
Which is somehow worse.
Can I
Different
I
and
want to
worse.
step back for a second and say that like Etrigan has really similar energy to Lobo, and I don't think we've ever talked about Lobo on this podcast, but I hate these two characters equally. I dislike them both.
Oh, I love Lobo too. Etrigan, I really like whenever Etrigan shows up, and I really like whenever Lobo shows up.
Lobo
so
is such a caricature.
I hate the word bastich in the biggest way.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
It's Lobo's like catchphrase.
I don't know this character. I just looked him up. He looks like he sucks.
Yeah, the Lobo is the DC version of Wolverine. Like that was the punchline, right?
It's kind of DC's. It's like that and
Like DC's
Deadpool. Like
Deadpool,
he's a little like self-aware and
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, guys. So statistically speaking, since we're talking about how real zombie apocalypses are, it's just very unlikely that you're all gonna make it out alive of this, and not just alive, but alive and unbitten. So we need to talk about contingency plans. You and your chosen willing partner you suddenly find yourself staring down the other zombified members of Debate This and their newly zombified partners. So here's my question: how are you and your super friend able to walk away from this scenario victorious, but more importantly unbitten? Kyle.
Oh, I'm first, aren't I?
Yeah. Sorry, I know you were looking up Etrigan rhymes of oh no, which is a real image that Kyle put in our document today.
That we may or may not remember to put in the show notes.
It'll be there.
Given our track record. Well, Todd, so unless Matt or Andrew have paired up with one of the few heroes more powerful than Etrigan, someone like Superman or Dr. Fate, or if they happen to carry around some holy water, I'm not too worried about it. Like I said before, Etrigan is one of the most powerful magic users in DC. He breathes hellfire, which isn't going to do much against Johnny Storm, but I think against Dead Girl will do some extra spicy things. He's super strong. He talks in iambic pentameter. I'm pretty confident that my rhyming demon friend and I can make short work of the Human Torch and Dead Girl, especially zombie Human Torch, and already like can't be re-zombified Dead Girl. So Matt cheated again by picking the Metal Dracula answer.
Again.
Good job, Matt.
Which other time are you referring to, Kyle?
Where you picked the one power that, like, I picked the hero that controls the zombies, and I just walk out fine because they're all controlled. Matt.
Unless he fails his charisma check because it's a diplomacy.
All right, so magic and fire. That's
magic,
the
fire, and
here.
rhymes.
I would like to cede my time to tell you why Kyle's response to me is wrong.
Well, you're up next, so you can
I'm
both
gonna
do that
use.
and say why you're
I'm
good.
going to use my whole time just to talk about Etrigan. Okay, so I looked up Etrigan's weaknesses, and first of all, my answer is everything burns. Everything burns. Everything can be set on fire.
Is that
Yes,
like
maybe. That's my answer. Is everything burns?
I rebut
but
with,
specifically,
jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
yes. However, Kyle, but Etrigan is weak to on the wiki, according to the wiki, Etrigan has a quote weakness to theology.
Fuck.
He's got some Dracula-ass weaknesses. So all I need to do is hold a crucifix up to keep him back. Also, what Etrigan apparently, according to the wiki, has a quote vulnerability to sound. You know who reaches supersonic speeds that can go faster than Jet? Motherfucking Human Torch. All I need to do to knock down Etrigan is hold up a crucifix while Human Torch flies
What's that
around him at
crucifix made out of, Andrew? Wood. Burns up in your hands, burns up to hellfire.
I'm not
Next.
standing next to the Human Torch while he's flying around. These are two very similar things.
I am
Two
also
separate things.
seeing that Etrigan, because of his theological weaknesses, is weak to iron, just like regular ass iron. So if you're just walking about the zombie apocalypse and he steps on the wrong nail, you lose your guy.
And he goes, Ooh,
Look,
yeah.
Matt, no one likes stepping on nails. We're all weak to stepping on nails, I think.
Most of us. Now, so
Whomst among us.
This is so dumb. Oh man.
to answer your question, Todd.
Yeah.
I don't believe that the Human Torch can be bitten because his body is so hot, made of so hot plasma that the zombie will burn up into flames before biting said Human Torch. One.
Ooh, guess what's coming to the notes? Guess what's coming to the notes?
It's gonna be zombie Human Torch.
Zombie
It's gonna
Human
be
Torch.
Well, that was one time. And I would argue that's a mistake that you make once. Okay. And the question is not how do we kill all the zombies? It's how do we walk away from it. So I've already answered how I walk away from Kyle and the Ryman Lyman devil. Matt and Dead Girl. We're not gonna kill Dead Girl, obvi. Like no one's arguing that we're gonna kill Dead Girl. But guess what Dead Girl still does? She burns, Matt. She burns real hard. And those cells might regenerate, but they have to incinerate first. And it's just enough time for me to walk away. So that's the answer to the question. Everything burns.
Okay. Matt, same question. Apparently, we are a lot of things being thrown into this ring, including rhyme, iron, fire. Where does that leave you?
I need to go put on some band-aids because I just got cut on the edge of Andrew's answer. But I, again, want to fall back on the point of necromancy. And if the other two zombified heroes are coming towards Dead Girl and I, we will simply tell them to go away. And they will, because necromancy, they just go away.
Ooh,
That sucks. That sucks.
that
for an
sucks
answer.
so much.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's necromancy. Like, what else? There's this. The first appearance of Dead Girl was 2002. I don't have a lot to go on right now. Yeah, I think that if Etrigan, the Ryman demon, comes along, that feels like a really good opportunity to just send them the other direction. But if Human Torch comes along, like that is a zombie friend that we can use. And I think that we will necromance Human Torch onto our team, and we're just gonna take our ball and go home.
I mean, those are her powers.
Yeah.
You asked me to answer this question. I answered the question.
Because my hero is the most powerful, you're going to add my hero to your army. I accept that answer.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to work harder, not smarter, sure. But like, your hero is my hero now, so suck it.
I'm just here trying to throw gas on the hellfire. Don't mind me.
Nice.
Good job.
Well,
Great.
you like that? That was what we roll our eyes at? That was it?
Yeah,
Okay, good. All right, so we do have a super secret bonus question. And so I want to go ahead and throw that out before we take a quick break. So, all right, team, you and your chosen soup, you did it. You made it through the horde. Whether that was by burning them or unionizing them, you made it through the horde. So as you settle down to catch your breath, you notice a bite on their leg. Your partner catches you eyeing that festering wound, and they try to cover it up as they turn away from you. So you know what must be done. It's only a matter of time before they turn. So gentlemen, your partner has now been bit, and you're going to need to put them down before they single-handedly set off a new DC/Marvel zombie storyline. Also, apparently I have to say this based upon some of your choices and arguments here today. The zombie bite is from like a magical zombie. And so like your chosen hero can't just like hand wave this one away. They've been bitten by like a super zombie, a super magical zombie. And it's going to be very bad if you don't stop them. So how do you stop the soon to be zombified version of your superhero? And we will get those answers when we come back from this break. Hi everyone, Todd from Debate This here. Just dropping in real quick. Hey, listen, let's be real. 2020 has been quite a doozy so far, but we're not out of it yet. And in fact, right now we are probably in perhaps the most important part of 2020, which is election season. In many states, early voting has been going on for a while. Voter registration is still possible, but most importantly, you can still cast your ballot. So it is more important than anything else to be involved in our active democracy. So we would ask you, us here, the Buzzkills at Debate This, to go online, check your registration at usa.gov, and please go vote. When you look back at the last presidential election here in the United States, the population that didn't vote was bigger than either main party candidate that got votes. So your vote could be the one that matters. So we'd ask you, take some time here in the next week or two, look up your registration and go get involved. If you're going to vote by mail, vote by mail. If you're going to vote early in person, vote early in person. And if you're going to vote on election day, please be nice to the poll workers. They've got a long day and they're just there to help you. So from us here at Debate This, we are encouraging you to get active, get involved, make your voice heard, and please go vote. Okay, so we are back. Just a reminder, the question as it stands is that your superhero partner has been bitten by a zombie. And for 2/3 of you, it's a magical zombie. So they can't just like ignore it because they're made of fire or because they're made of other zombie. And so you have to stop them before they become a zombie and kick off a whole new, terrible, different superhero zombie plague. Kyle, how do you stop this soon-to-be zombified Etrigan?
You know, Todd, so it came up in the last question, and similar to how Batman never goes into a conflict with Superman without a little kryptonite, you can't make a deal with Etrigan without a backup plan. So I'll take out the trusty vial of holy water I have on me at all times and sprinkle it on him or throw it at him, which should leave him incapacitated just long enough that I can run away unbitten and safe.
It's like oh shit. I'm gonna get this right and then I'll say it again.
You'll get there, Todd.
No. Oh no.
Nobody help him. Nobody help him.
It's a real pocket sand situation is what it is.
Yeah.
With your holy water.
You know how we all carry a little bit of holy water
Just
with us at all
bit.
times,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so
For the
King
sad
of the Hill.
times.
Couldn't think of the show name, King of the Hill. Fuck. All right, so that pocket holy water is finally going to pay off that Kyle's been carrying around for 30 years.
yep, always.
All right, Andrew.
I hate to say that the answer is just throw a bucket of water on him, but the answer is totally just throw a bucket of water on him. And I say that because I'm looking at the wiki under weaknesses, and the first one here
Just
is
say water.
fire extinguishing. Just blanket over top of the Human Torch, snuff him out. Also, interesting note, in addition to his other weaknesses, there is energy depletion, physical condition, and post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Because, hey, we got to treat the body as well as we treat the mind, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Johnny was apparently haunted by the memories of being painfully killed and resurrected. So,
All right.
I am imagining a comic where Johnny Storm is taken out by a heavy wool blanket and just like someone like whapping him with a heavy wool blanket until he's out.
I'm sure that was a Spider-Man comic in the 60s.
Yeah, that certainly happened.
Yeah, Pay Spot Pete. There he is. He just shoots glue on him.
Oh,
Yep. Some might say to stop him, you gotta drop him and roll him.
Nope. No one said that.
Oh, come on. That was good.
It was
I
okay.
worked hard on that.
Fine.
It was
You
a
should have
solid
worked harder.
6.5.
All right, Matt. How are you going to stop an extra dead girl?
Yeah. So, I mean, we've covered the whole like immortality bit, whatever.
And I realize she can like rip her arm off and grow a new arm, and we're not doing that.
Yeah,
today.
I know. So like I dug a little bit to see if Dead Girl has ever been killed in her Dead Girl state. And I need to read you this straight from Marvel.com, Dead Girl's biography. Bullshit plot. Dead Girl accompanied her teammates despite an unexplained illness, which ultimately re-killed her.
That's
Good.
Re-killed her. So the precedent is there that like Dead Girl can die, and that's a bummer. And apparently per Marvel canon, the answer to that is Doctor Strange. I don't know why, but when Dead Girl was re-killed, Doctor Strange went into the astral plane and pulled Dead Girl's spirit into the real plane so that she could regenerate, I guess. I don't know. Dead Girl's really weird, but
it makes total sense. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, right. What I think, though, honestly, is that Dead Girl doesn't have like super speed or super strength or anything like that. Like, she's got some crazy powers, but she is still a actual walking corpse. And so I assume that if that corpse dies, it's going to disintegrate a lot faster and just be like ultimately a lot weaker because she is a dead corpse. Like, it's like double death. Like, I think after double death you get weaker. So I think I can just run. Like, I think I can run, and that's gonna be my. I'm gonna run.
I thought that it was gonna be a big build up to like I push a big stone on her. Like, I was waiting for that. But running is probably the safe one. Like, oh fuck, I'm out.
Yeah, because like there's precedent that she can die, but not that. Like, I don't know how double zombie rules work. Like, I've never ventured into this world before.
What you're saying is you didn't do your research.
No, what I'm saying
here today.
What I'm saying is, in fact, the opposite. That I have done a lot of research and found nothing. We are in untrained waters.
I'm gonna cite myself in an earlier source. Me, if Resident Evil has taught us anything, zombies come back with 2x health and 2x speed if you don't shoot them in the head or burn them alive. So I think that's your answer, Matt.
Is you've got a double damage, super fast Dead Girl now trying to kill you.
But per like,
she has an intelligence of 2.
Yeah.
How can we use that against
right.
her?
No, like per Resident Evil, zombies only die twice, and she's already died once. So the second time she should just be dead.
Zombies are dead already.
Yeah.
Zombies are already dead,
But
and then
you're not killing real people in Resident Evil who then become zombies.
But I thought that the zombies in Resident Evil are like infected. Like, it's a different situation. They're not.
But you die. You super die.
And then come
you're
back.
Not just
I'm
like
not
sick.
super familiar with Resident Evil.
No, you're not just killing sick patients. That's
that's all 28 days later. Like, that's the whole thing in that zombie
movie.
That's
a zombie, but that's a zombie. Like, your organs fail and you die, and then you come back to life. He puts in air quotes. That's a zombie. That's a zombie.
Listen,
Matt. I'm not a horror master, but I know fucking zombies.
We're not gonna do the different types of zombies on this podcast. The honest answer is, like, if Dead Girl dies twice, I don't know what happens, but I think I'm gonna run away. Like, I just don't want any part of it.
All right.
Well, that was fun. What you did right there. I have a choice to make because apparently I have to tell the guy who pressed the release the zombies button, like who we can count on to clean up this mess. And so before I make that decision, go ahead, just give me one quick closing statement from each one of you, summing up your reason why you should be the one sponsored by Debate This headquarters. I don't know.
Todd, only one of us today chose a hero with the experience, the hellfire, and the rhyming capabilities to take on a zombie horde. And that is me with Etrigan today. And I think if you don't choose Etrigan, you've made a horrible choice and will die alone in the zombie wasteland, regretting your decision.
Todd, do you remember Chris Evans?
Vividly, actually.
Yeah, like, he's a pretty great guy. Like, you'd want him by your side in a zombie apocalypse, no? I rest my case.
To repeat something that I said earlier today to you, Todd. 3 people came to this podcast. 2 of those people talked about Ghost Rider, and neither of those 2 were me. And that counts for something. I rest my case.
Does it?
I think it does. I'm saying that it does.
He's already rested his case.
You asked,
Well,
I answered,
right.
It does.
Yeah.
While I think about this decision that I have to make, and boy, is it a decision, why don't you go ahead, circle around, and do some good vibes.
I don't have much to say except you both clearly chose like the right answers to this question through different like means. Like, Andrew chose the like Yeah, what's the best superpower to have with a wide range of zombies? A big fireball, a repeatable fireball for the end of time. Yes, obviously that's a great answer. And Matt, what's the best thing to have against zombies? A magic totem that lets you control zombies. Like, sure, of course it is. Good job, guys.
Kyle, Etrigan sucks, but your answer was really good. Like most of the superheroes from the DC universe, I hate him. I never want to see him again, but that was a really fun exploration, and thank you for indulging us. Matt, similarly, Dead Girl fucking rules.
Yeah,
actually.
right.
Like that was a really good find. It's this definitely hits the old debate this triad of the right answer, the obvious answer, and the wild card, and I will let you at home figure out which one is which in your own mind. But yeah, all around good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. This was a really fun one. I had like a list of 30 characters to try and narrow it down because this question just had so many opportunities. So maybe this is one that we revisit later because, like, man, I wanted to bring...
I could have answered this 4 different ways.
Oh, sure.
So.
Yeah, I thought about bringing Marrow back into the fold for this madness. Like, there are so many really cool answers to this, and Etrigan and the Human Torch were not on my list, and so I think it's really cool that you guys went that direction. Etrigan having like hundreds and hundreds of years of slaying the undead to like walk in with a resume and be like, listen, you asked for 5 years of experience and I have 766.
I have 5,000.
Yeah,
how about that?
Hire me. That's great. And obviously, yeah, like on the list of S tier zombie apocalypse weapons, you have like Gatling gun, chainsaw that never runs out of gas, flamethrower. Like,
I'm pretty sure I've also seen that, and we don't need to get into what this necessarily means, that Johnny Storm is like an Omega level power in the Marvel universe, which is like reality and like world-ending power. So yes, Johnny Storm would be a very good one to have.
Right, yeah. Any of the Marvel elemental characters, like Magneto is the same way. Like anybody who controls an element so their power can really be bullshitted into they control everything is cool. So yeah, everybody brought really good answers, and I have way less bad things to say than good things, which is a fun and different way to end one of these podcasts.
Well, I talked to the only sole survivor upstairs who leaned on the release the zombies lever, and we made a choice that the choice is going to be Dead Girl today, and that is because we believe that we are going to unionize them to replace the staff that we lost here at Debate This headquarters due to the zombie infection.
It is the fiscally responsible decision.
It is, and we want to give them a robust health offering for their healthcare plan, but we don't think they're going to need much. So we're
Zombies
pretty
are taking your jobs, America.
Good. So thanks for listening to Debate This. Follow along with the argument on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Debate This Cast. And as a reminder, you can absolutely find us on Patreon at patreon.com/debatethiscast. And when you do that, you can unlock that, what is it, technically a tasty 5th episode this month. Typically, it's just the bonus 4th episode.
Yeah.
So,
do we want to reveal what the episode is this month?
I don't know the answer. Do we want to reveal that?
Yeah,
Go for it.
The 5th episode that's the special D&D one shot, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Todd, how do you not know? You have the same spreadsheet the rest of us have.
Stop, I don't have the spreadsheet open. So in that 5th tasty week is going to be a special spooky themed D&D one shot led by our own Kyle here. So we are very excited to throw something special and spooky your way. With that, join us next week as the messed up that word. the spectacular. Join us next week as the Spooktacular Express pulls into the final stop, the flavor text all about Studio Ghibli. Someone wrote in the note Studio Giblets, and I didn't
but
say
it didn't
that.
trip Todd up.
I thought I had you.
Good job.
Anyway, until next time, I'm Todd Thomas.
Oh, I'm Kyle, the Limey Harper.
I'm Andrew. I have 5,000 years of experience. Banana Fana Foferience. Henderson.
And I'm Matt. stop them, drop them, open up shop. Cool.
And we're saying thanks for debating with us. And if you think we're wrong, then you can come fight us behind the spooky swing sets, nerds.
I butchered the ending. I forgot shut 'em down. I didn't know the Rough Riders anthem lyrics.
You'll have to edit that on your own time.